Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Iterations of lane swap even as far back as 2015, no one immediately like obliterates a tower.
Oh yeah, so boring.
And then the entire game opens up.
I played an EU Masters where that was the meta. You just traded both towers. It was so weird. It was like a fever dream.
No, instead we get ganks like this. That was clean from Sten! The hard read, Gen X. Feeling like Dr. Seuss after that. Team Heretics.
That was clean.
That was clean. And we said yesterday the coordination wasn't there, but the hands were.
Wow.
Certainly remains the case in day 2, as the coordination also coming in clutch. And Carlson, the Jax.
That's a bit awkward here. They drop both Grubs and Drake. When you get the first blood, you're not really getting much of a lead on top either. The Jace is actually ahead of the Jax, even though everything happened. Not the best for Heretics here to get this rig.
Sheo, maybe he can find the angle. Reeker, perhaps a bit of false confidence. Not sure if he saw Sheo in the area. Now spots him, can't just walk back, flash to safety, arcane smash in. Again, good CC. So many resources given to Carlson, and it's paying off. The Jax finding the first kill, second one he's participated in.
Yeah, and ulti as well. Curious to see how much they will let Flankit drop here, or if Maokai will just say you're on your own and I want to go top. Because if he decides to just go top, it might be hard for Ezreal to enter bot here. And they're not really getting the strong sides trades they'd want here on Carlson. He'd really want to be chunking Gen X right now, but they're going for the play regardless. Jace flashes and 10-second cooldown.
Follow-up is there, good damage. Gen X not tanky enough this time around. Carlson already ulting. Gen X gets a decent bit of damage back.
Okay, they don't really want to see from this. I mean, it's like you have 600 gold lead on the Jax. That's not a whole lot. I would want to see that these kills are transition into a CS lead and transition into plates, but right now it's very like kind of empty kills.
Of course, no ulti for Jax either in this fight. Carlson has to be careful about this one. Burned it in the previous exchange. Team Heretics taking away at least one grub will deny the point towards feats of strength. But SK might just be able to have a 4 grub up. Carlson now locked up, looking to find that shutdown. Clean combos coming in. Galio across the top. Excellently played. Ezreal does a good bit of damage, but Team Heretics over eager on the contest. Maybe now can try and turn it back. Vigorol doing a good bit of damage. Reeker now in trouble. Rahel running. Isma running. Team Heretics on the descent. Flakid ready to pop off. Fully stacked on the passive. Rahel taken down as well. SK a bit over eager. Team Heretics coming out on top of the extended play.
Wow, really solid counter engage from Heretics play. Yeah.
Just works out nicely. So it's still tough.
It's still SK with the tempo lead, however, and they are able to looking for a dive kill here, actually.
Taunt there, trying to use the gravity field to keep himself safe. Sheo, the ulti's going to get in, but it might be too late. Tower being tanked, Sten on the way in as well. SK, we saw it, 2. Another overcommittal, Lupe running. Victor still alive, the flash, no! SK fans, close your eyes, Team Heretics.
What is happening
right open. Gen X now also going for an exchange. Sometimes you just...
I mean, the play looked good from
really
SK.
Good.
They had a tempo lead. They were first on the objective, but then it looked really good until it didn't.
A classic story in the game of League of Legends, but Sten on fire this game, I think it's safe to say. He and Sheo, well, they haven't done as much together as a unit as you expect when we talk about, the iconic duos of League of Legends jungle support. Individually, they both made great plays around Carlson, and now he's been there twice to really deny the dives from SK.
Yeah.
Loopy can do the same thing.
This looks like a greedy recall from Carlson, but he's probably going to be fine with this slippery kit.
Now Sheo, second objective. Again, all 3 grubs for Team Heretics as well as the Dragon. One more objective. I'll get the feats of strength.
I mean, objective-wise, it's quite an damage focused. Because you have the lethality on the Varus, you're going to have the lethality on the Jace. I was kind of thinking that Varus would go on it and Jace goes tank, and then you don't really have that problem. But now you have 2 lethality champs with a Galio. Very low magic damage. So once we see this Jax getting Tabai, getting Zonias, and getting a lot of armor, I think it's going to be really, really hard to kill.
Ulti comes out from Rahel. Going to body block the follow-up. Nice backstep from Rahel. Gets clipped by the solar eclipse. Might now be in trouble. Flakid going over the wall. Not going to be risked too much. Sten.
Play is just so weird. By SK.
Find him. Force the flash at the very least. Does have the TP if he wants to reset. But the game, I think, quickly falling away from SK. First tower going to fall. Feats of strength are going to go over to the side of Team Heretics. This is I mean, an excellent position they've set themselves up in.
The worst thing you can do when you're behind like this is to try and overforce. Like when you start to play desperate, that's when you know that a game like this is going to be really, really difficult. Because you need a lot of CC in their comp. So I would want to see them do like a proper overload, get a deep push on one side, look to use Varus ult, look to use Flash Rel engage, get a numbers advantage, and fight that way. Because if they fight with equal numbers right now, they're going to need to really outplay them to win.
Definitely. SK again. First on mid prio. Bot lane, relatively even. Top wave is going to be untouched by both sides. Team Heretics is going to be later to the play, but SK aren't really doing meaningful damage to the objective.
It's very slow. Then it's going to be able to find a good engagement.
He doesn't connect from Rahel. We're flipping it. 50-50. Isma. Leash, and there goes Shea wins the 50-50. SK.
They're so split. How do they fight this?
The hesitancy is costing them so dearly. Rieger is finally here. Loopy now going and trying to make a hero play. In the meantime, Galio instantly going to follow up, but he's only able to connect onto 2, and it's the front line. The Jax still tanky enough to survive, but Isma's trying to follow. Rieger doing some good work as Rahel finds the angle with the arrows in the back line. The Varus finally getting some work done. SK, a messy start to be certain.
And
but
that's the thing when you're playing this like lethality Varus into Ezreal. The Varus has no way of lifestealing that, so they just have to drop the Drake when you take a chunk like that. And it goes the other way as well. If it's the Varus that gets that poke on the Ezreal, then Ezreal can't sustain it either, and maybe they get the Drake.
Cut and dry. Able to find that angle. Doesn't always have to be the kill. The chunk enough of an advantage. The Cloud Drake will go over. Just a note for overlay this week. The timers for the Drake after that third Drake not functioning. So we'll keep you honest on when the next Drake is going to be spawning, but don't worry, it's not just your PC, it's a bit of an issue on our side. To get it fixed as soon as possible. That said, Team Heretics also won the 50-50 in the previous play, so they get a mid lane tower as well. I think safe to say tempo heaven here in pro play.
It just makes holding this mid tower so easy. You can see like the fact that Ezreal can hold this mid tower throughout, like for the last 4 or 5 minutes, just sitting there clearing the waves, actually allows for his team to play the game without holding his hand. Well, if you're playing something like an Aphelios or Genex as well, and that just highlights like when enemies got full AP, you buy Mercs.
Yeah,
it just
value. Also, I mean, unfortunate that they were not able to get the feats of strength because the upgraded Mercs and that additional little shield goes a long way.
That's true.
In these fights and these poke battles. Now, however, the Otacon setup, the infamous 1-2.
I mean, I think the biggest
Rieger caught out at least a little bit.
Oh.
Just punch backwards. Now the mid laner just going to get taken out. Loopy, nothing he can do to stop that one. Isma also running. Otacon leashed briefly, but Loopy now trying to turn TP into Rahel. Excellent ulti to keep multiple members locked up. Isma buying as much space as he can with his own ultimate knockback. Flacket trying to finish the kill. A little bit more coming in. The reset, the extra damage coming in for the victor as well. Rahel has to get out. And Carlson to at least get some space for his backline. Shea playing with fire. Team Heretics.
Loopy really saving this play. I thought Rico would have spent on the boots upgrade for Ezreal, and he does also have a small gold lead, and also Varus. One of the big strengths of lethality Varus is that his items are really cheap. But it does, like, you look at it and you think to yourself, wow, this Ezreal's far behind.
Rieger stunned up. Rieger gonna be in trouble here, most certainly. Ulti goes out. Nice movement, but there's just too many members in the area trying to flash, but the amount of CC brought to the table was too much. The Malkail coming in as well. Now Loopy needs to run. Plant. A little bit awkward.
It's a tough game for Rieger. I think this, I mean, they're going to probably try to contest the Otacon 4v5, but another time where Rieger gets caught here.
I mean, they already have midway pushed in. They're going to try to knock down tier 2.
They're going to trade it for Drake as well. I mean, it makes sense. It's hard to fight this 4v5, and they are already stronger 5v5, so.
I mean, it's such a tough call, right? You knock down tier 2, you get a Drake.
Yeah.
For a Baron, that feels fine. For what is probably Otacon into a Baron?
Yeah. That's the hard part with Otacon spawns at this minute, yeah.
This is the season where that trade deal does not feel good anymore.
Yeah. Because normally what you'd want to do is you just want to wait out the Otacon buff for the 2.5 minutes that it is. But since Nash is already up, what Heretics can do if they're
pushing now,
they do have vision of it, but even though they have vision, I really like this from Heretics because one, they do it really fast. That's one of the nice things about Ezreal. And I think any fight here should be great for Heretics. They have great position, and they have the
3K. Malkail to zone them off.
That's a free Nash.
Honestly, clean textbook setup. Excellent use of the Otacon buff. Genex now caught out as well. Team Heretics still want to make the most, right? It costs them nothing.
It's really good.
They don't lose the buffs and the Baron's taken down. Now they can just chase down Isma as well. Looking like a 1-2 punch that might just end the game here. Isma taken out. Baron buff empowered Team Heretics.
You have Otacon GA buff, baby. Every fight is a good fight. Isma falls into the trap of thinking that he can go on the Jax. but without the con buff, he can just keep moving forward.
Easy call. Reeker gonna knock down another tier 2, but it's really just that consolation prize. Almost a 5,000 gold lead side Team Heretics, but Willow trying to get out of this one, though. At least grabs the buff.
I mean, he's dead, but he's not dead.
100 gold. They're waiting. They're waiting. Okay. Don't quite want to risk him having his cool.
Yeah, and it's gotta feel really bad when you feel like what you did yesterday worked, and then you go back to it, and it just goes even worse.
Yeah.
This mid jungle is 0-8. They are not able to do anything right now.
And it's mid jungle you talked about where they should have been able to kind of further extend that lead. They got the flash out, but then of course so much focus was put around Carlson on the side of Team Heretics that it seems like SK weren't quite able to press the advantage in the way that they wanted to. And as much as Carlson got all that attention, a lot of this game has just been, you know, better setups and some good overall team play from the side of Team Heretics. Cheo, ulti going, Rahel forced to back off. Will be rooted. Loopy now going in. Good combo. Really Galleons go over the top. Rahel also landing a clutch arrow. Maybe a bit over eager. Victor trying to turn it back with an ulti of his own. Isma off to the side, though, just gets one popped. Ulti animation. Dies in the middle of it. Definitely not ideal. And in the extended fight, Team Heretics can just continue to poke, continue to chip away at this phase. Sheo.
They just don't have the damage rate because this looked like such a good engage from Loopy, but they're not able to do anything.
One inhibitor's going to fall. Second to follow. Baron buff still there. 25 seconds. Double cannon minions. SK will hold on a little bit longer. Team Heretics don't want to get too eager here, but the angles for good fights are few and far between because, yeah,
it should be really easy for them to just go top, put down the Maokai ultimate, and poke.
And anything short of a wombo combo just isn't going to do it as Loopy is caught here. None of the damage from Team Heretics is present. Of course,
can chase them forever.
Now you've got Flacket coming in. Should just be able to finish the job quite quickly. Pops his red pot, extra sustain just in case.
Now this is a disaster for SK. Now they lost their only real engage into Heretics as they're going to siege for this tier 3 top. Probably SK is just going to have to drop it and look for a Nexus defense.
Look, pretty cut and dry from Team Heretics. They found the picks again. Able to push this forward. Flacket popping the red pot means that any poke that does land from Rahel doesn't feel impactful.
Can't help but feel that like SK's game plan this game looks so desperate. It's like they don't really have a clear idea of what they want to do, and they're just looking for random picks, and they keep getting caught while doing it.
Well, you talked about kind of the telegraph mid-jungle, and it just seems like Team Heretics did not let them get that edge, and now Flacket just been unassailable in these fights. The 80 carry mid-lane threat, sheer amount of space generated. Yeah. Carlson as well now, a big problem.
They only need a few Astral Qs to land, a few victories, and then they should be able to start sieging these Nexus towers.
A little bit more poke. 31 minutes in, 60 to 51.5k. Should be an easy close here. Drake on the table if they want an exit objective, but it is about getting things started. Big catch. Loopy now trying to lock up Carlson as well. Maybe they can get something done, but the Flacket is the one that they need to take out of the fight. The Ezreal for now untouched, slowly peeling back, continuing to poke. Carlson going golden, gives himself a bit extra time. Rahel desperate to finish the kill. Doesn't have the angle to get anything more done, but Flacket just continues to fire Qs, but in the meantime, sniped out. Carlson taken down. Team Heretics slowed for now. No Nexus towers falling. SK hold the line, but the Ezreal in the meantime, not enough to finish the kill.
This game feels really weird. I feel like...
Yeah. Well done. A quick check after you said it. Whoops. Yeah, also, of course, has the arm guard, so should be in a much better position in the fight to come. This is, overall, though, it still feels like end of days for SK. I don't know if the next item spikes are really going to be enough. Jace is strong at this stage of the game, but no one's going to give him that angle for the infamous like hammer form Jace flank where you're able to just one-shot a carry.
Okay, too favorable for them even.
So right now it's Team Heretics favored heavily. And if they get one more
they
miracle
just need
fight.
one more miracle engage, just one
more to get it to even.
Just don't quit before
and then
that
one more
last
after
win.
that to get it in their favor.
Yeah.
They probably win at this point. It's late.
But the thing is, Heretics can play incredibly slow because they have the Nash buff. So
they just chill.
If they just S-key and stand in front of them and throw their skill shots, then the minions will do their job for them. So it's SK that really needs to find something. Isma looking, not able to get up.
It's tough. It's operating at arm's length. Ulti goes out. Rahel not going to get locked up. Loopy is there to body block, but has to dash out. Nexus towers falling. Again, Team Heretics, like you said, just taking their time. Now finally Flacket starting to go in. Reeker able to catch Flacket off on the side, but he still had the cleanse, trying to back away. The Ezreal getting lower and lower. Reeker now running out of base, but it's all falling to pieces. Rahel still standing, but the Nexus will fall. Team Heretics not playing for kills, playing to end the game. First win the 2025 winter season.
Much better game from Heretics here. Really happy to see them bounce back and that they also